about how to use sourcewatch.org, which is the search companion of the Center for Media and Democracy. Now, the first thing we would do is if we have a website, we want to know where the evidence is coming from. So we don't just want to know whether the website is reliable, we need to know if the evidence is reliable, right? Who's given us the evidence. So if we click on the About page, just like we did in class, we can see that minimumwage.com is a project of the Employment Policies Institute. Well, this tells us that the facts, the information that we're getting from minimumwage.com is coming from the Employment Policies Institute. So what we want to do is we want to go to sourcewatch.org and we want to type this in to make certain that the evidence we're getting from this site is reliable. So here I go to sourcewatch.org, which, as you can see, is set up very much sort of like Wikipedia, kind of in its layout and look. So if here I just go ahead and copy Employment Policies Institute into the search bar up here, and I hit enter, this is what I am then going to get. And here we go. So we now have this sort of SourceWatch, kind of like Wikipedia looking page for the Employment Policies Institute. And if we look through this, we're going to see, well, where is then the evidence coming from that's on that website about minimumwage.com. And so here we go. We look down and we can see right off the bat that Employment Policies Institute lobbies for the restaurant, hotel, and alcoholic beverage and tobacco industries. Well, needless to say, these are industries that would be directly affected by the minimum wages increase. And as a result, we then know that there's quite a bit of bias coming from the evidence that we would find on minimumwage.com. Notably, these would be evidence that is being funded and supported by people that actively are rooting against the rise in minimum wage. So if I scroll down, for instance, I can even see that there's a whole section called Against Raising the Minimum Wage, that the EPI, in fact, hired all of these trucks and hired these ads. So we can see pretty clearly that there's a ton of bias, and that in all likelihood, the evidence that we're getting supported by the Employment Policies Institute for minimumwage.com, and going back here, is probably not reliable. Hope this helps, guys.